It's the stuff of nightmares. The emergence of a tiny hairline crack in your carbon frame is enough to leave any cyclist sweating, especially if it later transpires that the cause falls outside the terms of warranty. It's a valid worry, with some brands clearly stating that their bikes are not designed or tested to be fixed to a turbo trainer, with carbon frames under particular scrutiny. When you're on a turbo, it certainly feels like it could be doing damage, and full-on workouts feel like they could be putting bikes at risk. For example, doing pyramid sessions and FTP tests are putting more torque through the frame than normal. Now, normally, if you're out on your bike and put that level of torque through the bottom bracket, the physics of it is that the frame will just react against the force. But when you're locking it into a turbo, you're essentially applying a big force that the frame can't get rid of, so it's having to absorb it through the material. As well as high intensity efforts, it's worth being careful when mounting and dismounting. This is because the bike is locked in place, so falling causes a twist and pushing force through the frame. However, all of these worries are probably overblown. German manufacturer Canyon recently approved a selection of models for turbo use, including the Aeroad, Ultimate, Endurace, Grail, Inflight and Speedmax, as well as its Exceed models. To allow for this about turn, the headline sponsor of e-racing team Canyon ZCC says it has updated the testing procedures at its Koblenz factory. Canyon says it has designed and added a new test to its quality assurance processes to precisely simulate the stresses that using a turbo trainer puts on a bike's frame. The approval comes with two caveats. The trainers must clamp onto the bike's rear axle, and required accessories supplied by the trainer's manufacturer, such as special axles, must be used. It's a similar story with Giant, which said that all of its frames can be used with turbo trainers provided the correct axles are used and the bike is fitted to the machine properly. A representative added that the brand sees no warranty claims due to damage via turbo trainers, though it does see claims where bikes have fallen out due to being incorrectly secured. Similarly, turbo trainer brand Wahoo is equally confident, saying that trainers in Wahoo's Kicker range are absolutely safe to use with any compatible bike. It says that its engineers work closely with some of the industry's biggest brands to ensure that, when mounted correctly and within the relevant weight restrictions, riding on a stationary bike doesn't pose any risk to your frame. However, perhaps it's not indoor training itself that presents a danger to bikes, but a product of it: sweat. It's certainly something Canyon has found, saying that its service team has tended to see corrosion-related problems with heavy turbo trainer use, rather than forces leading to frame failures. We'd certainly recommend that you protect your frame from excessive sweat, especially along the top tube, headset and handlebars, either by using a towel or cleaning thoroughly afterwards. Sweat, if left unattended, can eat its way through bolts, paint and even drip its way down to the bottom bracket. Here at Cycling Weekly, tech testers have been completing turbo sessions on carbon bikes for years and feel comfortable doing so, and we're yet to find a crack. However, if you're worried, it's worth checking in with your brand and making sure of their warranty policies. So there you go, hopefully that's allayed some of your fears about using your best bike with your turbo trainer, but if you do have any of the questions, then please do leave them in the comment section below, and if you have liked this video and found it informative, then do subscribe to the Cycling Weekly YouTube channel for more great content.